ASL Challenger League Season 2 Playoffs, Quarterfinals, Round of 8.
ASL Season 2 Quarterfinals.
Alrighty, so here we are in game number 1 of the night in our first best of 5. Down here on the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have our green Zerg player from Team Bunnies. It is
Neuralisk.
And his opponent, who is spawning to the top left-hand of the map star station, the pink Protoss, currently the last remaining non-Zerg in Challenger, and the last remaining Protoss in the ASL. It is from Team Alloy E.
Aldaris.
now we've got the hatchery about to go down, or I guess it's not actually. He's trying to put the pylon block, and Neuralisk is blocking the pylon block. But it does get down.
Proxy hatch.
Yeah, he does. That's what I was looking at the minerals. I was like, he's got enough to put it down, and that's not where it went. It is going over there in the main base of Aldaris. Aldaris did say in the interview that he was aware that, as he put it, Neuralisk was a cheesy fuck, and this is a good example of that. Unfortunately, right now, Cybernetics Core is just starting, but there's no Zealot coming out as of yet. And it's going to be a while before he can do much about it. Yeah, definitely will. The spawning pool will finish right around the same time.
And he's going to have gas as well, so I don't know whether he's planning to go into speed or quick roaches, perhaps? I don't know.
This is kind of odd. I hope this doesn't go horribly wrong, but Aldaris is done a full wall off at the top of his ramp, so that will often indicate you're trying to like tech behind something, or
he has to see the creep now.
He's got to be able to see it now. It's definitely in his vision, whether he notices it or not, but he hasn't made a unit yet.
How could you not notice that creep?
I know, it's not like he's looking multiple places either. I kind of want to, I'm going to switch to his vision just so I can watch. Okay, he sees it. He's going to get in there as the spine crawler is building. Now, there's the queen is coming out of the hatchery. It will be out in just a few seconds, but the spine gets canceled. And he's going to try and lay one down up here. Mothership core is now out. A zealot is coming out.
Oh, and it's going to be roaches. There are 3 roaches building at the proxy hatch. Oh, now I've never seen this before. Queen worker harass. That's a new thing in StarCraft.
It happens. He's got a stalker being made. He's not making out of the second hatchery, but will the queen go down? The queen almost getting trapped, there by his own roaches. And the zealot falls. These roaches obviously can't shoot up, but it takes forever for a mothership core to kill this many roaches.
Yeah,
which is only 3, but it still takes forever.
He's killed 7 workers already, up to 8 now.
Yeah, he has held it. I mean, it's a big investment to do this. I'm not sure about bringing the probes here. You've already lost a bunch. You don't need to lose 1 mining time. Yeah, so you will pull those back. And ask to pick off the queen, which he's target firing down.
Yep. Oh, and
there comes the overcharge. Yeah.
So that should be this all over. Neuralisk should be thinking about taking his natural. His own natural, not Aldaris's.
Which behind this, Neuralisk hasn't taken his. He's done a lot of damage, but he's not actually. He's even in worker count still because he hasn't taken his own. And and the hatch is just going to go down. It's going to walk back into photon overcharge range, and these remaining things will be cleaned up.
And this hatch will die before the queen gets
almost lucky. Will it pop out? Oh, is that second? It might have been in Aldaris' favor to let it pop
but
out.
the broodling is going for workers.
Yeah.
One.
One.
That was good control. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give that a try. One thing people will neglect sometimes is the larva still exists, and if he's not paying attention, you can turn those into 3 roaches anyway.
Or a drone and make another hatchery.
Yeah, exactly. That would be even better. And because there's a creep tumor actually down, they won't pop away. They're just going to be there.
Yeah.
They're not gonna disappear from lack of creep.
Now, Aldaris has opted for the day 9 motto of When Behind Dark Shrine.
Yeah, which might be a good idea. There is a layer coming, but what's going to? Oh, he just canceled the layer.
There was a layer coming.
That's like the reverse caster curse. Like, oh, he doesn't have a robo. Oh, there it is. Oh, he's got a layer coming. Nope. So the army is kind of walking across, and there's not a lot that Neuralisk has. He doesn't even have a queen at his natural yet. There's really no army to speak of, but there's also no reinforcements currently available for Aldaris. He's bringing a probe for a proxy pylon, but that's it.
Yeah, but it's going to take, I don't know, quite a wee while before he's able to warp in any more units down there. But there won't be any detection out in time.
Well, that's it. Yeah, there's 2 spines, but no spore. And he did unfortunately cancel that layer, which may end up being the. But you know what? Aldaris isn't making a proxy pylon.
The probe is
he
part of
warped
the
into
army.
DTs at home to deal with these 2 roaches. I think that was
Well, if
that's a pretty big mistake to do.
Looks
Although there's
useless.
no reaction from Neuralisk though.
yeah, he might not have been looking.
You can hear it and you can see it. I don't, but yeah, he hasn't responded to that yet. There's a lot of lings out that are going to try and I don't even know what they're trying to do there. I was going to say go after this pylon, but that's not what they were trying to do. And here come 2 DTs, and Neuralisk just apparently didn't notice or hasn't responded to that. These should go literally directly for the hatchery.
Well, that's
They're going. Okay, they'll go after workers. Well, I don't know where they're going.
what?
The
Roach
roach one. That's literally of everything on the thing. That's my last target that I would have picked. Okay, he'll go after the spore now. There's no way a spore is going to get off if he does anything to it. Okay, now it's the spine. 2 more DTs coming in. Basically, as long as he doesn't just let a spore finish, there's no way to stop. Okay, here we go. Now after no. Yeah, I was
Is he
going to
letting
say
that spore
target
finish?
fire the hatchery down. He is going to let one finish, but he's now killed every worker. So it might be, it's probably fine now.
Well, yeah, because Neuralisk. Well, there's 1 worker still in gas.
He's now counterattacking, and there's no detection on this side. So he might be able to just counter kill everything, all the workers.
And we could have an incredibly strange base race scenario.
Yeah. He's
Because
going
the
up the
DTs
layer.
will be
He's
able to
going to have mobile detection. He's got 2 spores. There's 2 drone. I know. Yeah.
He should cancel the layer. Should he
Yeah.
not? So they can afford drones.
But he probably wants some form of mobile detection. Because these
Okay.
lings have to get out. Like, there's no way for the lings to kill the base with a bunch of DTs over there.
Yep.
I don't even know what's happening. Like, I mean, Aldaris should have just right-clicked down the hatchery immediately and just won. even Neuralisk kind of realizing that, and I was very happy that the 3 larvae did get warped into roaches. I don't know about this.
So how does this play out? Because Aldaris obviously had more money.
Yeah, he's got more money, so he's going to be able to make more workers. But you know, there are 7 larvae on the ground that will eventually get turned into things, and he's got a queen, he's got a spine.
Aldaris is always mannerly.
There's a few lings out, but they're just kind of in a random spot. Yeah, this is all very strange. Lair is done for Neuralisk, but you know, the Dark Shrine with Archons.
I mean, he has 600 gas, so he could go into mutas from here.
Yeah, he could. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. What's the gap over here? No, I think the gap is wide enough. Often a Protoss, when they're doing that little wall in, will leave it small enough that the Archon can't move in and out. But it is big enough. It's a whole pylon.
Don't move up the ramp. Yeah, good.
Oh,
Still loses a ling.
Snap. And that kind of reveals the... Well, I would say that reveals that there was an Archon, but apparently 3 DTs killing your roaches didn't reveal that there were DTs. so that may be an overstatement. So I think they're just going to macro up as if it's the beginning of the game.
I think so. I think this game is just resetting itself, really.
And Aldaris does have the advantage in that point of view, and he got the workers back up faster. He's got 13, but now there are 11 out for Neuralisk, and the 600 gas that you said could play a huge role.
Yep. Well, he has lost the Roach Warden, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I don't... Yeah. I mean, that's true. I don't think he wants that, necessarily. There's a few ways you could go with this. You could go... Archons are surprisingly weak against the Hydras, just because of the Hydra DPS.
DPS.
Just chewing through the shields.
Now, we actually have, I guess, a Zealot attack force moving across the map.
It's interesting. I think it makes sense. Like, he would want to check if there's a natural. He may not want to move in against, like, the Spine and Lings and stuff, but if there's a natural, he could probably pick it off. But there is none. So it gives him that information, at least. And Neuralisk is remaking the Roach Wine.
Here we go. 4 Zealots.
Yeah.
Up into the main.
I think he'll see it.
Out.
He's not going to attack. Yeah. To that. Yeah. And then move off creep. Creep is still being spread.
Yeah. Now, the worker count is hopefully going to start going back up for Neuralisk after he built those Lings.
Yeah. Yeah, again, he did. Because he loses one for the ritual and he loses one for another spine crawler.
Yeah. He needs to get his natural taken as quickly as possible.
He should just go directly into Swarmhost.
Yes.
And I mean that. He actually should.
Or
Stargate coming down for Aldaris.
Do you know what I would actually like? Nidus. Because he's got the creep tumor in.
He does have it. Yeah, you're right. That would actually be really clever as well. Yeah, he could do that. He could indeed do something like that. They're both actually at full saturation now, and you know,
both
come on, it's 18 minutes in the game. Let's get some expansion.
Yeah, I'm going to take my natural now.
Yeah, you could do it. I'm curious to see what's coming out of this Stargate, knowing that 2 spores exist, and like I don't know what that'll be. Yeah, trying to deny Aldaris' natural here. We'll get one
the rope,
and then lose the lane. But see what the army is. And Aldaris' army is obviously vastly superior right now because Neuralisk hasn't built one. Yeah, he's expanding to the both positions. Okay. And there's the Hydra.
Right. Okay. He's making good decisions.
I think that's a good decision.
So
long as just for Aldaris is down, but he hasn't made anything out of it, so I don't know what that's for yet.
I think it's a safety Stargate. Just
here's that. That's what I was talking about with the Archon in and out thing. The Archon can't get back into the main base.
The pylon's blocking it.
He put another pylon down. It can't. So if there were to be mutas or something, which it doesn't look like there will be, but if there were to be mutas, then he can't come in and out. A Void Ray.
And a second Stargate?
No, I don't understand this.
How rich does Aldaris think he is?
Fairly, apparently. He's got the currently much stronger army. I wouldn't have viewed this as a time to like tack it in another direction. I probably would have continued with the
Archons.
The Zealot Archon, and just made a Zealot Archon push. You know, probably 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
because even with just 2-3 Archons and a few Zealots, you would be able to overwhelm.
Yeah, definitely. And Neuralisk is now way up on workers, and he's just going to be getting further and further ahead, I think.
Yeah.
Until Aldaris finally decides to do something, really.
Well, that's it, and I don't think he realizes how big the window is here. He's got literally 4 times the army size in terms of supply, and in terms of effectiveness, probably 10 times as much. There's nothing. It takes a whole composition to defeat what's currently on the ground for Aldaris, and this is also. I mean, we should say, like, this is a game that he just should have outright won about 10 minutes ago. Like, when he had literally 5 DTs in the main base with no detection.
Let a spore finish.
Yeah, it was just
DTs, and then
it was just
was
target selection. Yeah, just pure target selection, unfortunately, was the issue. Void Rays will be coming out in greater numbers. In small numbers, Hydras are good against them, but we saw in any game that Yui played that once you get to a decent number of things like Void Rays, then the Hydras can't get in range to do anything about it, particularly with Zealots and Archons on the ground. There's only one Archon, but he's got 2 DTs, so it could be 2. You can't get close to those things, or they're just going to kill your Hydras. So, yeah, there is a balance point.
So, this game is just kind of...
It's messed up.
Oh, okay, something's happening. Aldaris is moving out.
Okay. And I think this will do well. The one thing, again, he's once again moving out without a proxy pylon, which I do think is important, and it does get spotted. So we'll get to see what the reaction is. 3 roaches coming, 6 Hydras coming out. There are a couple spines, not in the best place in the world, but they're there.
They should help to delay this push at the very least.
Yeah, maybe buy time for if he can get the one Archon. He'll get the Archon and get away. And the Voids are just lagging behind everything. If he could kind of bring them into the Spore, yeah, and make them fight under the Spore here. No, Neuralisk is going to win this.
Wow, I don't know what to think of this.
It's just a matter of him not fighting well. He just let his army string out, and Neuralisk got to fight 1/4 of the army at a time.
He got to kill the Archon, a couple of Stalkers. Then the Zealots came in, he killed the Zealots, while the Voiders were still targeting the Spore.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard for Aldaris to replace this. He's not building he's not building anything.
He's not building any units. He's getting a cannon, and...
Which I guess since Neuralisk is just going home, that's fine with him. They're almost even on worker count.
I know that's... but there are a whole bunch just coming in from Neuralisk. 13 brand new workers. 13
new workers, and Aldaris is investing all his money in more production. A bunch of Zealots. Templar Archives, I don't know what that's for. He's going for Storm. I don't really agree with that at this point.
Yeah.
You're both so low economy, like for the point we were in the game, the economies are so low that you can't check in 3-4 different directions.
I mean, Aldaris is effectively on one base, and he's showing no signs of trying to take a third at this point. But whether or not Neuralisk would let him is another question.
He's got a lot of gas. If he's doing this, we need to see those High Templar warpins, like, basically at the time he started this.
Oh, there we go.
These are all High Templar. Because you've got to get to that 75 energy by the time this is done. And now he just spent all his money on that. And these are paperweights. Very expensive paperweights.
Well, the feedback, the
Crucial Overseer feedbacks. You need those. Okay, so I think Neuralisk has just pound through now.
Yeah, he's got far too many Hydras and there are no answer to them.
Yeah, okay, Storm is complete.
Gee.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Weird game. Weird game. This is a good start. This is a good start to the day. Yeah.
Well, we do start as we mean to go on, so it can only get better from here.
You will be surprised, I'm sure, but exactly. So Aldaris does have this tendency to not GG out. He tries to fight to the last second.
Yeah, well, he's literally spent all his money now.
Yeah.
So this army of pure Stalker and 3 DTs is going to fight against Roach Hydra and Overseers.
I thought if he was going to stall, he would at least try and do a one High Templar. He's going to try and pick the Overseers off to
which was smart, but
detection. But yeah, there's 4 of them. Like Neuralist knew that was the case. So okay, they're gone now. But now he can't warp in another.
Okay, we are all loaded up on Frost, and
Yep.
our first player spawning to the top right-hand side of Frost. We have our Green Zerg, currently up 1-0 from Team Bunnies. It is
Neuralisk.
And down here on the bottom left-hand side, we have in the pretty in pink, it is Alloy E's owner, leader, Grand
Aldaris.
Admiral. It is.
now. I'm smelling funky business from Aldaris this game.
Even though this looks really funky business, he just does this.
ASL season
If it's a
2
4-player map, he
quarterfinals.
sends 2 probes to scout at the same time.
But that just
No, it's horrible. But
it looks.
I think we've commented on it before. It's even if you're going to do it, you should send one out and then send the second one out after your gateway. But he's also okay. I was going to say he's going to go at least Nexus first, and then he didn't. So it's just a really late gateway, and also really late gas. So maybe he's still going to Nexus, like gateway Nexus or something.
Possibly,
Yeah,
but
and it will be
there's the gas.
Cooling gas. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know that. A double gas too,
Oh.
and then cutting workers as well for the time being.
Now I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
recognize Protoss builds that often,
Yeah.
but I really don't recognize this build.
Well, it isn't. It isn't one. It's yeah. No, I don't know what he's doing.
Like, is it?
Yeah, there's very little reason to like delay the gateway initially.
Yeah,
Unless
very
you're-
confusing.
Yeah.
But Neuralisk is playing it a bit more straight up, I guess. Like he is still going to have that early gas for either speed or for some
Yeah.
other choice of gas spendage, such as a
Yeah,
layer.
exactly. Yeah, he's shown a lot of willingness to either Baneling bust, Ling Roach bust, things like that. Just early attacks basically seem to be his forte, and he will send 2 Lings across the map to try and scout down what's going on. And second gateway out of Aldaris and the mothership core, so he's not showing any sign of expansion yet. Also, no unit begun, not even like a sentry or anything.
Yeah, but he can't
Okay, Twilight Council.
really
in the
afford
back.
it.
Twilight Council in the back. Now, I wouldn't be shocked to see him try DTs again, but he's adding 2 more gates.
Yeah, so 4-gate blink.
Yeah,
It kind of
Maybe.
seems to be
but you kind of gotta hide this or get a unit out just to stop
the
like
links.
an overlord or a ling or just some lazy scout from getting in. And he doesn't have that going yet. He's making 1 zealot, 1 stalker, but I think the lings may just the lings actually get distracted by this probe, which is
But
being
the
sent out.
Overlord,
Yeah,
the Overlord's just
will-
going to sit behind the natural and not realize there's not actually anything there. Wait, the
should be
Twilight
able to-
Council's
Yeah,
gone?
he should be able to see that there's no mining after a little bit, but yeah, he'll just sit there.
Where did the Twilight Council go and what is Aldaris
He
deciding
just
to do?
canceled it, I guess. I didn't even.
Aw.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. He's just straight 4-gating, but he's gonna have to 4-gate without a pylon.
Yeah. This,
He could
this
have-
couldn't be any worse.
If this happens, you can just make 2 pylons, and the lings won't be able to kill them both in time. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so he's
expanding?
now on this 4-gate route. Yeah, and they'll have to just expand.
Right, okay, so he is going to be able to push away those lings, but I mean,
Yeah.
Neuralisk is completely unharassed at this point. It is just taking a 3rd base.
Yeah, he's got almost 40 drones. He hasn't had to make anything. Like, nothing at all was the least bit threatening, and that's the case. A robo facility for Aldaris.
He just seems a bit unsure of what to do,
Yeah.
really. Like, there's no...
Lings poking
Wow.
again.
Is he now going for an Immortal Sentry all-in by any chance? Working at 4
Maybe.
sentries?
I wouldn't think that would be... I don't know, it's just so late to do it, to start the Immortal production off 1 base. Yeah, I'll try and get that, but the Overseer escapes.
Right, so Neuralisk is going to go for Hydras. Does he have a... No, he doesn't have a Roach Warren, so Ling Hydra seems to be what he's going to decide
And
for.
if it is, and if it is an Immortal Sentry all in, that's a pretty good composition for it.
Oh yeah, I mean...
It's going to rip off from the outside. And, yeah.
I would like to have seen Evolution Chambers down a bit earlier for Neuralisk though,
Yeah.
if he is looking to do this.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
He's got a really good economy just now. He's able to support getting those early upgrades.
I would say a good move from Aldaris would be just Colossus. If it's going, he's seen Link so far. He should take a peek. Hopefully, he'll hallucinate with one of these sentries in a little bit and see what's going on. But if he does see just Ling Hydra with no Roach, he could get Colossus out, and that kind of just shreds, particularly with good force field support. But yeah, no sign. Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Right, excellent. So he is making
Yeah.
blindly a good decision.
Yeah, you do tend to want it, like when you've got 6, 7 sentries like this, they all have energy. Hallucinate. Just go check.
Yep.
Know what your opponent's up to, because it does make such a huge difference. Roach
Indeed,
Warren
it does.
now by Neuralisk.
That's so many drones being produced by Neuralisk. His economy is just going to be like
Yeah.
more than twice as good as Aldaris. And he should just be able to out macro and push over the map and completely negate the fact that there's a Colossus there. If that's what he decides he wants to do. That is.
Pretty much, because there's very few actual gateway units like with it. It's very force field based right now,
Yep.
which is lovely. But
It's a very time-based army.
it's a time based army, and yeah, you'll eventually run out. You can't have wave upon wave to do that.
And first Colossus, here we go. So. Fourth base from Neuralisk. I mean, his Neuralisk's army is still... Oh wait, it's actually bigger even though it's smaller.
Yeah, it's a tiny army, but yeah, it's because he's got what's he got on the way? Yeah, all the Hydras have just popped out.
Ah, yes, I see them now.
Yep.
So that's... where's the forge? Is there a forge?
No. There is not a forge. She's remaking the Twilight Council, though. Yeah, and the forge, just as you said, the Evo chambers were crucial. That forge is also just crazy crucial.
Yeah.
It's, that's what makes you one-hit lanes. That's what makes your Colossus so much better with the double swipes. It's just a huge deal.
Oh, it's just...
Big supply block on Aldaris right now, too, as he's trying to, chrono out the Colossi.
Yep, big supply block for Neuralisk as well, actually, losing an Overlord.
Oh, yeah, actually.
But he has 3 on the way,
Yeah.
so he should be fine. Infestation pit
Pit.
coming down. So, Ling, Hydra, Broodlord. Sounds like a composition, doesn't it?
That could be. I don't know why he does this. So Templar Archive's now coming, and Zealot legs.
There's just so much. It's like
He's got
getting
3
every
Zealots.
tech.
Yeah, he techs too much. I think in this, you gotta be stable. It's one thing if you're ahead to branch out.
Yeah.
He's behind. He has to know he's behind, and so this will come in now. If he can get good force fields, or just down.
Oh wow!
That's
wow,
also
the
fine.
Colossus is dead. That's just game.
Okay, they're there. Yeah, those are about 20 seconds too late, unfortunately. And yeah, he's just dead.
Wow.
No, he could have been alright. Had he, first of all, been attack moving, if he had let the Lings up and force fielded the Hydras out, then he might have been alright.
Yeah, he would have been okay, but he let the Hydras get in.
Because, yeah, he had almost the composition, he had the exact composition you want. Even this, you can see how much work that one Colossus
One
is doing.
Colossus was just
They killed
annihilating
half
Hydras.
the Hydras. But, yeah, he's not going to have enough to rebuild here. Okay, Zealot Charge now completed.
Yep, but I mean, the Hive is now coming in.
Yeah,
So Neuralisk doesn't even need to just win here.
yeah.
He doesn't
He's
care.
just going to target fire this down. Yeah. And that'll be it.
Yep. Probes coming off the line. There's another Colossus out. but
Yeah.
I don't think it
It's
makes
just,
too much
it's not going
difference.
to matter. With the roaches there, they take so much more to kill. It's, yeah. He can just ignore this. All the workers are gone now.
Yeah, but
6
that
workers
Colossus
left.
can't come down.
So, oh, there's the 3 high Templar that we needed.
Templar feedbacks.
Yeah, for feedbacks. I think he does have Storm. No, he doesn't have Storm completed. Why did I think he did? But,
I mean,
Well,
he only has 4 workers. Like,
yeah, I'm not
Has-
sure why he stays in these games, but he does. He does tend to stay.
here we go. He's micro on that Colossus.
Yeah,
But
I mean, he does it pretty well. Like the control on some of the classes has been pretty good, but there's just so much it doesn't matter.
He's continuing to warp in probes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a small chance he could get back into this.
ASL Season 2 quarterfinals.
Okay, so we are all loaded up, guys. And spawning to the top right-hand corner of Habitation Station, we have our red Protoss player, currently down 0-2. He needs to win this game to stay in the tournament. From Team Alloy E, it is.
Aldaris.
And over on the left-hand side of the map, currently up 2-0, is our green Zerg player from Team Bunnies. It is
Neuralisk.
Alright, so once again Aldaris is doing that pylon next to the Nexus gateway there, then probably going to be walling off. Luckily though, Neuralisk isn't doing any kind of early pull aggression, he's gone hatch first, so he's going to get away with it this time, because on a small map like Habitation Station, I would kind of always recommend walling off against Zerg, no matter what race,
yeah,
unless you are Zerg, because like a 10 pull is going to be in your base
yeah,
so fast on this map.
Yeah.
Like,
And we've got yeah, and Aldaris is once again doing the same thing. This time he's getting a forge though, so this is different.
yes, that's
and
good.
you can kind of turtle up like this if you need to, but I don't know why. So unless there's a compelling reason to do this, because usually, so the 2 gas will indicate fast tech, but then you don't get a cyber core, and also you don't mind the gas apparently.
Right,
So I don't know.
all his focus is on the probe. He was trying to cannon rush, I think.
Oh, maybe.
But
yeah.
yeah, he was trying to cannon rush, but he's now cancelled the forge because there was an overlord hanging over the natural,
Okay.
so he wasn't able to get the pylon down.
Yeah.
And as the cyber core started, but they're still not right. Okay, he is now starting to mine gas.
Hmm.
So 3 in each. Again, that really does suggest he's going to be going for some kind of heavy tech play. But he did it last game and then ended up doing a 4-gate expand.
Yeah.
So I
Just-
don't know what his plan is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was thrown off by that. Generally, if you're doing that, like, you're gonna cannon someone, at least do it as part of a Forge Faust or
Yeah,
something,
like-
because so that you've at least got something going behind it. But yeah, there, and then to cancel it, if you built it, you built it, like, it's not like he doesn't have 500 minerals right now. If you built it, let it finish, you're gonna want it. Like, that's part of usually an expansion. Looks like he's gone up to 4 gates yet again.
Yep.
Lings have made their way up the ramp, but they're just kind of chilling. I'm gonna chase this filler down.
I did. Neuralisk actually, yeah, he's sending a ling back now just to scout. So he sees the gates. So it might throw him off actually if he sees that there's double gas, he might think, but a
Yeah.
4 gate doesn't have double gas. Once again, that probe is just getting shut down on the map, so there will be no proxy pylon for when
Yeah.
warp gate finishes.
Yeah, and this is the second time in a row that's happened. You have to get that probe out on the map and in some innocuous location where it's not going to be seen, and then move from there. Trying to send a probe out of your main from for a later proxy pylon is almost never going to work. He's going to have an overlord that sees it, or Lings will see it, or like you've got these 2 Lings parked at a ramp. Like a lot of Zerg will do this because if they just shut down the pylon, he's trapped through this
Trapped his probe.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, things not looking good for Aldaris here.
No.
Yeah, he does have
this
a whole
ability.
bunch of units.
He does, but just no ability to move across the map. And we've got, because of this, Neuralisk literally has these 2 Lings rallied everywhere. Almost redundantly so, unfortunately, but they are rallied to check around. And he's just going to move across this way. But there's no proxy. He's bringing a probe, but that delay is pretty rough.
I see. Neuralisk thinks it's Stargate because he's seen the double
Forward
cast.
spores. Yeah, forward spores. That's kind of interesting. He does have 2 spines as well, though.
He does,
Pylon.
and he's got quite a few Lings up on his main, and speed might
Definitely.
finish if Aldaris delays.
Yeah, because he can't go in with these 5 units against 2 spores and a bunch of Lings and queens and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
he must, yeah. He's
he's
pulling
going to
back.
have to wait.
But he hasn't started the pylon. He put the probe there.
Okay,
there.
starting it now.
Like that should have been done
And
because the
he's-
probe got there.
He's going for a Stargate. Like
I don't know. No, he's done.
there's
yeah.
there's spores already.
Broke up. He's just gonna lose everything.
He's just gonna lose
He should
everything.
recall. But yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, that's the recall.
So it didn't go
But
as
he
bad
hasn't.
as it
Yeah,
should have.
he hasn't expanded. He's
Yeah.
also doesn't have his Nexus rally to his minerals. Now he does.
So Neuralisk really
He's-
just needs to take a third.
I like that the Stargate is also directly under the only Overlord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if you're going to go for a hidden tech, why not show your opponent first?
it makes sense. You can almost feel Neuralisk's confusion on. He keeps poking up the ramp looking for
Yep.
the natural. Like, and you can just, he's just like, there's got to be something somewhere. And no, there isn't. There's nothing anywhere.
He's
It's
actually
just-
he's got
this is
these
what
like just attack moved around the
Okay,
map, and
now
he's going to
the-
find
now
that
the
pylon.
Second Stargate fleet beacon.
Huh? Carrier Tempest Rush?
I guess. I don't know.
But you
Get
can't.
the layer coming for Neuralisk. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this will be.
Oh, did he spot? No, he didn't
Yeah,
spot
I don't think he
pylon.
saw that. Yeah. Okay, so
No.
now he's expanding at least. Lings are gonna. Where the hell were those drones going for a second?
Oh no, Neuralist, don't worry. We all saw that.
We all saw that. Good hold here of like a bunch of Lings. It actually is pretty important to clear that number down. Aldaris doesn't know what he's talking about, but it did happen. Yeah, he got them all the way to the watchtower.
Right. Now, I want to just quickly mention how good Neuralisk's creep is going to be spread within the next few minutes.
Yeah,
If he keeps on top of that, like he has so many active tumors. Any attack moving across the map is just going to get spotted immediately. This is really, really good play. I would like to see him have taken a third a
Yeah.
lot earlier, though.
yeah, definitely would be good because I mean there is once again that risk of he's going to be using Hydras to counter the Stargate tech, the capital ship tech. There is a risk that you can be zoned out and not get close enough to actually do the requisite damage.
Yep.
And that could hurt him.
It could. Definitely
But
could.
it would take a lot more carriers than the one that's on the way, and he's just building them. I mean, Aldaris can see that Overlord, and he just chose to build under it.
Yeah, I'm going to build my carrier in full view of you so that by
Yeah.
the time my carrier's over at your side of the map, you're ready for it.
Yeah,
It's almost saying I want to lose the game.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, the Hydra upgrades are coming. Third and fourth base are on their way.
And that Overseer 100% saw the carrier.
Yeah,
So Neuralisk definitely knows what he's up against. So he's double expanded. One to the blue minerals, one to the gold minerals.
Overseer dead. Aldaris can start another one. Will he start another carrier? And these are going to be without upgrades too.
Yeah.
Usually when you do this, you're going to make at least 2-2 for your air. and
Yeah.
it's going to be without upgrades. So
Yeah, but Neuralisk, I mean, his
Nope.
2-2 is started already.
he'll probably, I'm almost certain he'll be at 2-2 before these Okay, he is starting the +1 upgrade for air. That's a bit late, but he's not making actually out of his second Stargate, and he can afford another carrier.
Yeah.
It's not that I think this is a good decision, but if you're going to make this decision, you have to do it. You have to. Like,
Commit fully
he's
to it.
getting a robo.
Why?
Like, if you're going to do this, you have to do it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, if you're carrier rushing, all you build is carriers.
Well, I think we're getting Neuralisk is going to be a little artistic here.
Oh, I like this a lot.
Well, this is one of the only things he could possibly do that could make him lose, though, is if he gets caught with his entire army inside Overlords against a bunch of carriers.
Well, the carriers aren't moving, and even if they were,
he won't see
they're
it
too
yet.
slow to catch that.
Yeah,
This is just so awesome.
it is
Like,
awesome.
even if this doesn't work,
But I don't know.
it's just awesome.
It's awesome. I don't care if it works, but he's going to send Lings into at the front door. The army is now going to move out of place up into the main, while the Lings come into the natural radon queue.
And here we go.
And there are a lot of zealots here, and he's not going to be able to come near these carriers.
No, not at all, but the natural might get sniped
The
if he targeted
natural's,
it.
just going to die. He's not target firing the Nexus there. Now he is, and he has
He is
to pull
now.
back this way. I don't think he's going to save it. There's too
No,
much
it's
DPS.
definitely dead.
But this cost the army of Neuralisk to do. And
But I kind of think it was worth it.
to get the Nexus, yeah, it's worth it. Well, it's a matter of decision making right now. The clear decision is 2 more carriers are almost out. You take them and go.
Yeah, definitely.
If these 2 carriers do not join up with the other 2 and march across the map immediately, then it's GG. If he does do that immediately, then he might be okay. He's got +2 air on the way. He just took out a lot of value of Hydras and a bunch of Lings. So as soon as this joins, he has to go. But I don't think he will.
No, because now Neuralisk is mining from his gold. And he's going. Aldaris is going.
Okay. No, I don't even know. So, okay, he has to go. He has to go. Go. Okay.
There's 6 mutas coming in. Now, I don't know if I like that. I think I would have preferred the
No, they're not.
corruptors.
Yeah, corruptors are a bit better. Even
Just the-
corruptors are not that great. Like it's
Yeah, but the ability they have to make units take more damage would be more useful, I think.
Yeah,
than
exactly. You
6
could-
mutas.
Yeah, if he targets fires on the carriers. Now he's going down here. He is actually look. He's got a proxy pylon. Those are cool.
Wow!
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
He's
like,
chrono boosting out 2 more carriers. I don't necessarily know that Aldaris loses this fight. I think but he's got to go. He's got to actually attack. Every
Okay.
second he waits is a much larger defense. There's 22 Hydras out.
there are. How much on the ground is there? I can't really see under the carriers. I'm going to have to zoom down. There's quite a lot of zealots, actually.
Yeah, we've got about 14 zealots, something like that. Actually, 20. Like 17
16.
maybe. Yeah, 16. 5 stalkers. They don't really do much. There's the 1 void ray, but it's the carrier cannon. It's the interceptors. And now we get the counterattack here by Neuralisk into the main of Aldaris.
Plus 2 air weapons is just about to finish for Aldaris as well.
He may just end up losing his entire base before he even attacks. I have no idea what he's waiting for.
He might be deciding he wants to come back and try and defend us with his army.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That would be the worst.
Seriously?
Decision, so that's exactly what we're gonna see.
No.
He's gonna try and rally. He's got 1 carrier. A second one will come. Now he's just gonna lose all his, his things. I at least wanted to see him fight, and I don't know,
Okay, those mutas are destroying that carrier.
because he's not even attacking. He only had the 4 interceptors, and he wasn't even attacking with it. Okay, here comes the army now. Just
So
sorry,
many
just
links.
one carrier. Sorry. Okay, he's got to bring them together. So he did just throw 2 carriers away, basically. But here comes the attack. He's not using the carriers. They weren't attacking for half of that.
One down. That's it. There's no way Aldaris can come back. 3 carriers will not beat
No.
what Neuralisk is capable of making with the bank he
Because
has.
it's a target firing. He's trying to micro the carriers, and he's not good enough to. But also, they just will do better if you just A-move them.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, that, they're kind of better at that. It's hard to stutter step them.
I'd like to see Neuralisk bring these 70 lings from the middle of the map over to help clear out the last buildings.
Maybe I would actually like to see him just go home and start macroing, and just be like, "Why aren't you leaving the game?"
Guys, carrier harass is coming.
Yeah.
It's going to be harassing this gold base. But
Yeah.
the last building...
Yeah, the last one is that pylon down in the bottom, but which I'm sure he can see. It's on creep, but yeah, the interceptor's
There is
dying.
Veiled as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lings are just heading straight down there. I don't think it matters, these carriers are going to die against the mutas. So, we won't be seeing a GG, but GG
No,
for
he
the
won't.
Seas.
I don't know. Pretty BM in general by Aldaris this whole series, but I don't know. I've come to expect that out of him.
Yeah.
It's funny. You get talking to him face to face, and he's a nice guy, but he is incredibly BM.